the grid. Whether Marc Marquez can go forward from there, though, but he's going to have to go some to give his many fans a result to celebrate here this afternoon.
It's been a special Saturday already, hasn't it, for the world champion Pecco Bagnaia. The Marquez fan club there on their feet.
Contender, so we think that we have to collect the...
And bronze medals here in the 12-lap Tissot sprint coming your way. Marco Bezzecchi getting some late words of encouragement. It's on what's already been a super Saturday for the Portuguese rider and Crypto Data RNF. But just some news emerging as the field peel away. You can see there on the tower at the end of pit lane, there is a rain flag being waved. Simon Crayford, high drama indeed, couldn't it? We're all eyes to the skies. It's going to be eyes to the lights very, very shortly for lights out for this Tissot sprint. But you can see now, as if it wasn't stressful and tense enough anyway down in pit lane. That's stressful. Racing in the Tissot sprint here in Barcelona. It's the dream launch from pole for Pecco Bagnaia. And look at lightning away with Jorge Martin in the middle of that second row. He's going to start himself up into second spot, going backwards to the Aleix Espargaro. Maverick Vinales has
both gained places.
Yeah, you could see a 3-second penalty coming your way there. There is Binder then as they power through turn number 9, up to 275 kilometers an hour now, 4th gear, then back 2 gears for this very, very tricky, tight turn 10. It's a fact, kicking himself out of trouble. He still leads.
You know, Binder likes a spring comeback, doesn't he? And he was certainly leading it late on the brakes there to get up the inside of Marco Bezzecchi, who's lacking a little bit of confidence potentially as Oliveira now fights back on Marc Marquez. That battle's been going on since the first.
He really wide and maybe susceptible to a move coming from Marc Marquez. We'll try and find a replay of that, but it looks like Bezzecchi was the victim of some Oliveira aggression there. All fair in love and war as they come into that turn 10. Out of the final corner then, Pecco Bagnaia.
Well, exactly sky high coming into this sprint, but Brett Binder is staring at the back of Maverick Vinales in a potential sprint podium.
Coming out of turn 4 there, Jorge Martin had his arm up. I think he was trying to look.
Yeah, then Bagnaia at the front.
Jorge Martin lost it nearly a second and a half with that run-off at the first corner and then yielding position to Marco Bezzecchi as well. We're on board there now with Ben. Marquez was pinched there in between the two factory KTMs, wasn't he? Oh, Pol Espargaro lacking top speed here this season, is it? No way through though. He'd be just happy at this stage, content just to sit behind Pecco Bagnaia. Bagnaia led all 42 race laps at the Austrian Grand Prix in Spielberg. He's not seen anybody. 2.3 seconds now behind your race leader, Pecco Bagnaia. Further down, Fabio Quartararo is having a day to forget. 20th place with Quartararo. He can't even get in the 140s. What is going on with Fabio Quartararo? 139.7 from him was a couple of tenths faster than the two men ahead of him, Bagnaia and Aleix Espargaro. So Maverick Vinales always feels like he's got good late pace in both the sprint and the Grand Prix. Well, we're back.
So he is firmly in this podium battle.
In terms of the World Championship, already 62 points clear was he coming into this sprint. All playing into the hands again of Pecco Bagnaia. The 4 riders directly behind him are not real serious title threats, are they? Aleix Espargaro again are lapping 6th and 7th respectively as Binder. You don't want to see that on your pit board, do you? Plus 0.33. Well, that's the view that Maverick Vinales will be getting as he comes down the 355-kilometre start-finish. Yeah, it's the first time in a long time that Pecco Bagnaia has had to follow somebody at the top end of the RSGP this year. Not a lot of room through.
With Aleix Espargaro, but he's not getting any closer to him. If anything, he's coming under a little bit more pressure from the Vinales, Binder, Oliveira trio who are right behind him in 3rd, 4th and 5th. Of course, Aprilia have never won a sprint. They never had a 1-2 of it.
And Marquez, who is quickly dispensed of behind him,
is Fabio Quartararo, who has picked up a couple of places lately. He's up, and I'd say up, into 18th place, which tells you the situation that the 3-time Catalan Grand Prix winner in all classes is.
The only rider that can find himself sitting comfortably in the 139s. 139.6, a full half a second quicker than Bagnaia on that previous lap. This is game over. In terms of the spectacle there, it's now down to Maverick that dream double, that dream 1-2. What can Maverick Vinales do? He's got massive support as well. There's a big dedicated yellow gaggle of fans supporting Maverick Vinales, and they drop down through turn 13 then. 2 and a
final lap.
Fair play to Marc Marquez here. He's digging deep. He's calling on every ounce of his talent right now, isn't he? Because he's dropping out of points contention. But when you look at the other 3, their own, the agility, particularly their corner speed, now dropping down through the 3rd gear, 200 kilometers now, turn 13. Stay in 3rd, back to about 125 clicks for turn number 14. This man, though, is long gone. corner on the circuit, first gear, down to 65 kilometres an hour. So surely, on the previous lap, Vinales gained a lot of time on Bagnaia in the braking zone for turn. Maverick Vinales a narrow third, he missed second by just 0.05 of a second. Brad Binder on one of his traditional charges from a lowly grid position, 9th to 4th. Jorge Martin takes 5th place, he got that from Miguel.
Some way to banishing the demons of last year, but he'll certainly only consider that half the job done. But what a good job done it was. Had a couple of dress rehearsals, didn't he, to try and get past Pecco Bagnaia, but once he got the move done and buttoned
3V, he did his best, but it wasn't good enough on the day. Marquez